Hey Fumo, how are you doing today? And welcome to the stream. Everyone else is welcome as well if you're here. Today I'm playing a bit more of Anno, because I feel like it, and it's a chill game to play. Especially after all the annoying stuff at work, it's easier to play something chill.
Emilia now Kratia to her daughter Marcia.
I pray to Minerva this finds you and that you are safe. Please be safe. It's dreadful to think that you shall have none of the comforts that a governor's wife should have. I hope your husband is very mindful of your wishes. Now that you have been so loyal, I enclose my love and that of your brother Marcus. He has bought a horse. He's a tribunus now. Quintus says he has been taking part in races, that he pursues a girl called Helena who's no good at all. Perhaps you can write to him. You're always so sensible. We miss you so much. Prosper, dear daughter. Whitecliff Castrum, Albion to Marcia Titania.
Mum's so worried. Sounds like Marcus is having fun at least. If only you knew what I got myself into, little brother. Little Marcus, I hope you've grown to like Hellas. You're very far away now. I picture you catching fish, sunning yourself. Sunny Tribunus Marcus. And Marcia, Queen of Mud. What a pair we'd make.
Umo, how has your week been? Have you been melting? Yes. I can understand that. I have been melting as well. The result from my exam for last year. Ooh, what did it turn out to, Fumo? I hope it went well. I'm sure it went well. Did you pass your exam? Ooh, let me put in my way this want. All these fashionable guys here. What? The one that doesn't want to be built if it needs marshland. Out of 20 for the general average and 18 out of 20 for my last year project. That sounds pretty good, Fumo. I am proud of you. Feel yourself petted. build something. Need to do something against fire. Because the fire is not looking good here. Now that exam is out of the way, I can imagine you feel very relieved, Umo. That's how I would feel. Next step, finding a job. Oh, you mean this was basically the last exam for your degree? So you've got your degree now? That's even better than... I'm proud of you, Fumo. I'm sure you can find a good job soon. Finish my degree of Industrial Engineer Bioinformatics. That is a bit of a tongue twister. But it definitely sounds like a degree that will get you a job with a lot of money.
The Emperor wishes for Titanius to push the boundaries of the Limes even further.
Lay the tip of an axe to those trees and Boad'll be swinging her own at your neck. If you want to do the right thing, build a Phantom. Encourage all peoples of these lands to bring life back to the Grove.
I could build up the sacred site, but that might attract druids. Wish I could be sure they don't eat people.
More money for Bun.
Don't even think about
Thank you,
letting the damn
remove
druids
that.
back in. Give the Celts an inch, and they'll take
Only
the
spend when you can, only spend what you can afford, and
No. Get the timbermen in.
only spend if you feel like it.
They'll want a comforting hearth too, to get over the horror.
Basically, be careful in your spending and
Bardic hearts if I want to get mining.
don't do anything you will regret in the end.
Maybe they could use a drink.
Swing by Whitecliff if you can't make your own. My ship has a belly full of wine I can trade you.
So, if we wish to settle another island,
Things kinda...
Tell me if I'm overexcited, but with the Phantom, it's a perfect excuse to bring the many strains of Celt into harmony.
do you think? I'm not sure what would convince them to stop resenting Rome.
A sacrifice to all those killed by... a sacrifice to all who lost their lives in war.
If I want to sacrifice, it had better be animals.
Titania, you can't do this. These are wild men, worshipping gods that call for the destruction of the Empire. I must ask you to clear the grove.
We need some ox. Oh, I kinda messed up there. Because the entrance point is now a bit not able to be entered. Why is stuff lagging? Just the game or with my whole PC? It's just the game. Maybe. Might be that it's too hot again for my PC to handle everything. I really hope that's not the case. The heat is annoying. Oh, to be completely honest right now, here, game not crash, that is good. To be completely honest, I am not quite sure what's more annoying, the heat, customers, or my co-workers.
Good care of our wares.
My co-workers do have been really annoying. At least a few. How's the stream looking on your end, Fumo? Is it laggy or is everything going smooth? I mean, right now everything seems to be going smoothly again. Just the problem with the ox farm. Smooth, that is good to hear. Okay, it is definitely too hot. Oh, that is annoying. Because my OS drive seems to be too hot again. One is burning. Yeah, it seems like that, Fumo. Really does seem like that.
gente.
Might be a bit of a laggy stream. Okay, wait, I have to change something here real quick. Do you think making my fan blow in the direction of my PC is gonna help? I hope it will kinda throw away the hot air and make it easier for cool air to go in. Could help. I will monitor it on the side a bit. Although, to be honest, the moment I did that, it is helping. It actually helped cooling down the drive. Okay, maybe I need to buy a new fan to have on my PC constantly for a while. Although it's also kinda a workaround. Maybe I have to, by doing other stuff, cool down my room. The problem is my room is also situated in a way that it gets all the evening sun. So right before I want to stream, it gets heated up by the sun. Maybe I should also just hope that it gets cooler again. That help, perhaps. It is helping in cooling my drive down, my PC at home. That was definitely a smart idea of the bunny.
Time flies, as do we. Hold on.
Yes, now we can game properly. Science. Okay, one sheep farm can support 3 sail makers. One hemp farm can support 2 rope makers. Can't build it here because where I need to build the road. Okay, maybe things are heating up again. Yeah, seems like things are heating up again. God, this is annoying. Why does it need to be so hard? Hey Kirk, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Things are not exactly well because my PC is getting too hot. That's causing some lagging issues in the game. I tried directing my fan at my PC to maybe help with that. It helped for a moment, but somehow it's not helping really that much anymore.
Festina Lente.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem.
Those creatures don't die in vain. This celebration is sure to help people heal.
I'll admit I expected you to have leveled that grove. Instead, you wanted to apologize for Roman kind.
Now we've got festivities. Get access to these mines. Why so much negative?
Father's people are in attendance at this fool celebration of yours. Don't you understand the danger this puts you in?
I wasn't aware, but I'll be sure to prepare.
Skaha arrive.
Could be
Skaha Avenue and the remnants of other disparate clans are coming out of the
Should have
woodwork,
them picked up.
flocking to the grove of Venunus to partake in shared sacrifice. The procurator is convinced they are spies sent to scout your island and prepare the next attack. Do you tolerate their presence? Let them make their sacrifices. Vada will like this. This decision will make ceasefire with them more likely. Seize and imprison them. Vada will not like this. This decision will make ceasefire with her less likely. Since we're gonna go for the friendly route, we have to do the first one. Doing fine, thanks. Oh yeah, my laptop has been having issues overheating when charging.
Your stubbornness, Marcia Titania.
Yeah, my PC is overheating right now. It can't be that dusty inside again. I mean, I've cleaned it like a couple of weeks ago.
Charming.
But yeah, it's overheating again.
I wanted to set things right with the locals. Let them have their tree. It's just a tree. One less reason to rebel.
How is it?
It's my favorite governor.
Titania, you've been fending well for yourself. Nevertheless, I feel it is my duty to fill you in on an unsavory truth.
Okay, but it's looking a bit better now. PC is not looking good, as you can
Corvinus.
tell from stuff not
What is it, Corvinus?
happening.
We lost many good men in the early days of conquest. The truth is, we can't exclude that some of them live still, captured or turned traitor.
Who are we talking about? Surely a legion can't just vanish without a trace.
The 9th cohort Tungrorum. An entire detachment lost. To what? We know not. Rarely in the history of conquest has there been such an embarrassment. Only finding the Aquila, the Legion standard, can bring an end to the dishonor.
You're hoping to find it?
That needn't worry you. I'm telling you this because I want you to be careful. Stay away from the place where they went missing. It could be dangerous.
How warm is it in my room? Oh god, I'm sitting at 31 degrees C. Yeah, see you soon, Fumo. Unless my stream crashes. Bello Albico. Gaius Lollius Lactuca salutes his August Caesar, Servius. The 9th cohort has sailed past the Isle of the Crazed Knights, to the edge of all known maps. We have taken up position here, next to a deep gorge and an abandoned farm. We are requesting support from Whitecliff. 2 contubernia are down with the swamp fever. Prosper and hail.
Intriguing. The last known position of the missing cohort was in the hills.
Hills you'd be wise to stay clear of, Titania. I didn't tell you this so you could go and get yourself killed.
Corvinus won't tell me anything. Manx won't go against his orders. Maybe Atho will be more inclined to talk. He loves talking.
Yes, I need to build more houses. I want to have more money. Usually the way to go. Get more people to live in your city. Really about a few people here, so it's looking good. Maybe it will even help if I do this. Nope. Anyway. Finally build the Vigilus. We can have a bit of a less fire hazard problems. Oh! Don't have any money. You are in debt. If your debts ramp up, the Emperor may revoke your title, ending the game. What should I do? I'm for a positive balance. Okay, I understand. I'm doing that. I have a positive balance. And hey, for the moment my PC is not overheating anymore. Isn't that great? I need more tunics, I need more shields. More reed shoots. I built one here. That's what I left space in the first place for.
Never out of water long in my line of work. Skin of a new.
Damn it. That somewhere else. Like, this is definitely a warehouse I should upgrade. Oh, I totally forgot that I don't have any money. Why did nobody tell me I don't have any money to spend? I really need to find ways to cool my room. I was thinking about buying a movable AC unit, but I feel like that's a bit of overkill. Because it would basically be something that I use like 2 or 3 weeks at most in a year. That's the first thing, and the second thing is I don't really have any space for that to really put somewhere. That's definitely another problem. Might need to try hanging a damp cloth in the way of my my fan. That could perhaps help. Read that some people do that. Sometimes it does help. Build a house there? Yes, I can. Welcome back, Fumo. Do you have any advice on how to cool a room down? Not really.
Love a horse on market day.
That's unfortunate.
So fine.
You've carved out a legend.
Want little? Enjoy what you have.
So I really do hope that I can get my money back up again.
As do we.
Because it's looking a bit bleak with my wealth. Hey, at least my PC is not overheating at the moment. That's a good thing, I would say. Maybe it's gonna cool down more and more. I mean, it is hopefully getting a bit cooler outside now that the sun is down. But who knows if that will
Sometimes I
actually
dream of
help.
sailing home. Then I remember my work's not done.
You have a quest for me I can get money from. But I don't have timber. Do I have timber here? Do I have a lot of timber here? Let's do the timber quest. No, you don't want to troll. Oh, my PC is overheating again. Yeah, things are looking good. Yeah, with the overheating problems, maybe this is gonna become a bit of a shorter stream. So before everything crashes, I do need to ramble about co-workers. As you know, these days, the Bunny has been working closing shifts the whole time. Since last week Monday, constantly every day. Except for Sunday, because Sunday is a no-work day in Germany. But yeah, it's a bit crazy. Basically, basically what we knew was that my manager would be on vacation these 2 weeks. That was something we knew. That was why the week before last week I was trained in doing closing shifts, so that the other co-worker and I could share the responsibility of doing closing shifts, and the other co-worker could also do morning shifts, and so that my vice manager didn't need to do morning shifts every day. However, the Sunday before my manager went on vacation, I got a phone call from the other co-worker. And she said that she has a problem with her knee, which I knew. Well, we all knew that because she had that for a long time, but it got worse. And she went into the emergency room, and they basically told her that she has a problem. I don't know if it's called the same in English, meniscus. Same in English. Yeah, so the emergency room people, they thought at that point that she most likely has a meniscus tear. So a torn meniscus. Which the specialist she went to a few days later also confirmed. But she has to do an MRI to be completely sure of that.
Through the waves!
So she tried to get an MRI, but her appointment is on the 9th of July, so still a bit off. And so, being the only one to be able to do the closing shift, I had to work every day last week and every day this week. So tomorrow is the last day of that torture time. Going by the hours I worked, I basically worked 3 weeks in 2 weeks. So yeah, I did a lot of overtime by that. And to be honest, I'm exhausted. I'm not quite sure how I managed to keep this up for the whole time without kinda breaking. I also don't know how my vice manager did the same. But we are both pretty close to the breaking point. And so yeah, we are both really pulling through. We are working our asses off to keep everything kinda running. You don't want to take a look into our storehouse or our warehouse. It's looking crazy there. Because we don't have the time to put the wares into the shelves because we have so much other stuff to do. And here is what I'm getting really annoyed about from some co-workers. Because they do see us exhausting ourselves to keep everything running.
What could you possibly require?
However, what they now decided to do, or some, is they're just taking it easy. Like we have 1 or 2 peoples on the registers, so 1 or 2 cashiers, who are not really doing anything. Well, they are doing their job as cashiers on the register. That they at least do. But, for example, we have some self-scanning registers, like where you don't need the cashier to do anything, where you scan your stuff yourself, pay with card, then everything goes well, hopefully.
We advance.
And whenever there's some kind of trouble, do you think the cashiers, go there and take care of it? No, they don't. They call the vice manager or me, depending on the time of day. And they honestly expect us to just come running and take care of all the trouble. Like we have all the time in the world. Like they call us on radio and they're like, Sarah, can you come to the self-scanning registers? That's a problem. And because I'm doing something and don't have my hands free, I need to finish that and get my hands free to even be able to respond. And before I'm able to respond, they are already... Syra, did you hear me? Syra?
Festina Lente.
And I'm very close to the point where I would just radio back. Yes, I heard you, bitch. You can take a chill pill. I have so much work to do here. You can either tell the customers they need to wait 30 seconds more, or you can take care of it yourself if that is such a problem. Or you can just leave me alone and let me do my work. And give me these 10-20 seconds to put my work down to be able to respond before you are screaming my ears off. Thanks for the head pats, Otaku. And really, that has happened a lot lately.
We advance.
Also, welcome to the stream, Otaku.
8 each. You do what it takes to preserve the peace.
Did I come in a bad time? No, you did not come in a bad time. I'm just ranting about my co-workers.
As do we.
Because I have a lot of work to do at the moment. And some of them are just chilling and taking it easy. And like, we are not quite understaffed. We are like we're at the point where we have just enough people to have every shift covered without anyone having to do overtime. So we are at a point where it's not too bad, but if anyone from the cashiers kinda gets sick, we are in trouble because we don't have anyone to jump in, kinda. And so we got this little shit. He came in yesterday for his shift. And he immediately asked one of the other cashiers if she can swap a shift with him on Saturday. Because, oh, suddenly his grandpa is celebrating his birthday. And he only learned about that on Tuesday. Then why you little shit didn't get in to the store on Tuesday and try to get it done, and instead you're just coming in for your shift and try to do it then. If that is really so important for you, you should call into the store, or better even go to the store, talk to the manager, or in this case the vice manager, who's the only one here. Talk to her and get it sorted out if that is so important to you. You don't take 2 days to actually come in and talk about that with anyone, and we are 100% sure that his grandpa is not celebrating his birthday. Because this weekend we have a big festival going in on our town, and we are quite sure that he is just wanting to go there and knock himself out by getting drunk. On beer. Because he's only 17. Which literally makes him a little shit.
Waiting.
What did he want again? 14 tons of rope. People can be a dick sometimes, you know. Yeah, definitely. Where do we have rope? Yeah, we have rope. And then the other cashier told him, no, I can't trade shifts with you. I have something planned myself. And then this little shit actually calls me on radio. Hey Syra, can you come into the office real quick? I need to talk about something. And I get in there and I kinda knew already what it's gonna be because the other cashier talked about it with me. And he is like, yeah, so, you know, I got suddenly invited to a family celebration on Saturday, and I'm looking for someone to trade shifts with. Do you know what I could do? I already talked with the other cashier and she can't change. And I'm like, bro, asshole, I have no say in the shifts of the cashiers. That is not my thing to do. Why did you even dare to call me into the office for some shit like this? Just because you want to get blackout drunk for some reason? Now you want me to find a solution for you to go partying? No, I did not even entertain the thought of that. Even for a second. I went immediately the route. Go to our vice manager tomorrow morning and talk to her about it. She is making the shift schedules. She is the one you need to talk about if you want to find some kind of solution. So he comes in today and he talks to another to a different cashier. He's asking if she is willing to swap shifts with him, so he is gonna work closing shift today and she is gonna do his shift tomorrow. And she's like, no, I have something planned for tomorrow already, I can't trade shifts. Which is exactly what she needed to say. And the most craziest part about this is, this little shit is not 18, so he is legally not allowed to work the closing shifts because we can't have him work later than 7 PM, and closing shift goes to 8:15.
I await your instruction.
Oh, we have unfulfilled needs.
Done, Ere.
Where do we have needs that are not?
All worked up about trousers. Are they really so keen to see a fellow's knees?
I think it's probably here somewhere.
Got my own readies, keep my feet dry. All's yearn to slip away. But that's most of us, isn't it?
What could you possibly require?
You've got the grit to see things through.
So yeah, he was actually asked to do closing shifts in the past, and then he said, no, I'm not 18, I can't do that. And now he suddenly wants to do a closing shift just because he doesn't want to work on Saturday. And so pretty much my vice manager and the kinda head of cashiers, I don't know what you call that actually. But yeah, they are both on the trip of he needs to work tomorrow. There's nothing we can do to change that. And I also told my vice manager today, if he calls in sick tomorrow, which we are now pretty sure he might be doing, we need a sick note from him immediately. And the thing about weekends in Germany is doctors don't regularly have open hours on weekends. We have something called an emergency service for your probably not translated as home doctor. Family doctor. So it's very possible that your family doctor has no open hours on the weekend. However, there will be someone who has open hours because that's the emergency service and doctors rotate that throughout the year. Who is on for the weekend. And so he has to go there to the one who's responsible for our region. And he needs to sit there for the 2 or 3 hours that it needs for him to get seen by the doctor. And I told my vice manager we need him to do that. If he does not want to work, we at least need to steal those 3 hours of lifetime from him. Never expected I would be able to rant so much about this. Oh yeah, it's crazy. And this little shit is really driving me nuts. Especially like we have a system in our store that we have one cashier who is manning a register all the time, and we have one who is also restocking shelves and is gonna be called upon when needed. Do need something to drink. Oh yeah, obviously, when you are the first register, you can't really do anything else than manning the register. You have to sit there, wait for customers. Sometimes when there's nothing really happening, you have a bit of time to organize the register area a bit. Stocking shelves there a bit with some stuff, or like there's pretty much always a cart with stuff that is about to go bad that needs to be reduced in price, and that's also what they are doing in the downtime. But yeah, you can't just leave the register completely unattended if you're the first one. And that means you have to actually work all the time. If you're the second register and you're also expected to stock shelves, you can just take it slow. You can just get your cart with stuff and take as long as you need. And when you get called to the register, you're gonna sit down there. And you're gonna sit down there even a bit longer. Even when the second one is not needed any longer, you're still gonna sit there and let time go by a bit. And so my vice manager and we decided for ourselves that the little shit will not be doing second register. If he comes in, he's gonna be first register. So he's gonna work all the time, and we have someone else who actually has some work ethics do some actual work. Which he is not very happy about. However, he also can't say anything against it, because there's no reason for him to say anything against it. How the shifts are done during the day is basically completely under the rule of the manager. And since I'm basically on the manager level when doing my closing shifts, because I am pretty much the one responsible for the store during that time, he also can't say anything against my orders. Ooh, let's do some beer for the festival. Let's set up some.
Let's get started then.
And more happiness is also good.
And welcome, Maid of the Hills. You mean to oversee a noble quest for the Banner of the Fallen, we hear? Another valiant comes to Kerthroyd. Seek you an audience with King Yorgwyn. Answer me this. What star guides you upon this quest?
Once more you have come to Caerleut to speak to Arthur, self-declared king. He knows of a 9th cohort and recalls them sailing past his isle, back in the day, without stopping when he challenged them. He's unwilling to volunteer further information without knowing your motives first. Why do you seek the lost cohort? Do we seek honor or are we in for the reward? I think honor is maybe the better thing to do. Also, my PC is overheating again.
Corvinus seems to be taking the loss of that Aquila rather personally. I want to help.
It was an ignoble defeat. Rather than facing their fates, they fled, forsaking their cause.
Yes, I did do the seeking honor. Taku.
Remember such craven deeds well? No less than 3 epic satires lampoon this shameful retreat.
Come on, PC, cool down.
Thanks, Arthur. I've got to be going.
A fine effort.
And little eagles sitting on the rock, the Skaha tribe they came around to knock. On the outermost island to the east, the other most displeased. Did sound to Carnix for the soon-to-be deceased, but death be a hero's lot. They tucked their tails in fast departing, oaths unsworn and banners falling. They turned their coats for coin and sword. Screech, the eagle flies no more. They're now slaves, but less than slaves. They were Romans before. Okay, now stuff is really
Must have made camp on one of these isles.
going bad for my PC.
Corvinus won't like me sticking my nose into this business. But I do mean to be careful. Several armed units should discourage an attack.
Yeah, I need a unit. I think I still have a unit left over.
These I offer to the gods. Bright beads and a fine ring I made.
So, what do you think about the little shit? Would you also have him work tomorrow, or do you think we are overdoing this? Also, before you decide, this is just hearsay because I did not experience it my own, but the other cashiers, I'd say he's pretty arrogant when dealing with them. Like he's probably thinking he's something better. Although don't know how good you are if you're just a student working as a cashier. I mean it is work. It is work that needs to be done. However, if you're doing it bad, then I don't know what you even have to be arrogant for. Make him work. Yes, we want to make him work. I am really curious if he's gonna be there tomorrow. So that was annoying coworker number 1. Now up to annoying coworker number 2. Oh wait, we get a bit of an honorable mention. Just something that happened yesterday which was kinda annoying because I have so much work to do and she could have done that as well. We have a customer restroom. And apparently one of the customers came to this cashier and told her that there's no toilet paper in the men restroom anymore. And instead of grabbing a bit of toilet paper and putting it in there real quick, she decided, no, I'm gonna call Syra for this, because I don't go into a man's restroom, because I'm a woman. And I was like, bitch, are you not going to onto the same toilet as your man? Do you have separate toilets in your house? What's the deal with that? Like, even more so, we don't actually have a man's restroom. We basically have 2 customer restrooms. One is the disabled restroom, and the other one is for everyone.
Neptune's finest! Ready!
So even more so, there was no need to call me and tell me that. And especially with this arrogant, yeah, I don't go into men's restroom. So yeah, that was a bit of an honorable mention. Now on to annoying coworker number 2. He is not a student. He is someone who recently lost his job. Which, it's annoying to lose your job. I can understand that. And of course you need something to keep busy, get a bit of money at least. And so he started working as he started working in our restocking unit, so to say. He's meant to restock shelves. Oh, I need more cockles. And my PC is overheating again.
We advance.
Just a bit. This is getting annoying. A shot. I totally forgot to take that out. Okay, I will take a shot, but I will also disable that redeem real quick. Well, that was actually not supposed to stay there. There we go. I have to grab the shot real quick, so give me a moment. So this little thing I got here is something I bought around Valentine's Day. This shot. It is called a dildo shot. I will post a picture of that in the Discord later on, so you can see why it's called that. It is a bubblegum vodka drink, so let's see what it tastes like. Ooh, smells very sweetly. It's actually not so bad. Not really much in there. That was really a shot. So yeah, I took my shot. Now I can talk more about the annoying old co-worker.
We stand, waiting.
Now, to find the last known camp of the 9th cohort.
Need support?
So, like I said, he's looking for a job at the moment, and he's kind of working at our store to pass the time, get a bit of money on the side. You know how it goes.
Festina Lente. Your people are ailing.
Oh god, we got a disease here. Right down here. They just let them all
Oh there! What you Roman doing all the way out here?
die by disease. That's the Medikey.
Looking for the 9th cohort? They're relatives of mine.
Put him there.
I can't help you. I gotta find my darlings, my horses.
There is sickness in your city, a likely occurrence as your city grows.
So, like I said, it's all well and good. There are hard times in life, there are good times in life. However, this guy, I'm not sure if you have ever dealt with a middle-aged to a bit older. I would put him somewhere roughly late 40s, early 50s. Not sure if you have ever dealt with a guy like that, who also works
My pleasure. Can you
in
tell me
a
anything about the ninth cohort?
like
I never said I knew nothing about it.
Hey,
crafts-related trade.
Don't change the fact that you're wasting your
If I remember correctly, he is a
Front line gets the view.
he's a mechatronic, like engineer, somewhere around that. Electrical engineer, something engineer. But more on the hands-on approach. Like not the studied kind. Not sure if you have ever dealt with a middle-aged guy with that kind of background, but from my experience, and unfortunately I had to deal with a few of those, they are all very arrogant and think that
to have a look around.
no matter what happens,
Helping out.
they are always right. So especially when dealing with younger people, they think because they are older, they have more experience, and whatever they say is immediately and without further explanation the correct thing. Don't know if you remember that episode from my
There's not much left here.
my mapping course
Swords,
where I had to deal with that kind of thing.
Minerva, how did that man know about the Aquila? I never mentioned it to him.
That was basically the same.
Listen here. How come you knew about the Aquila? You know where it's hidden, don't you?
Please, Domina, what good is this old relic to you? If you're truly a relative, then do not murder your kin. My name is Guy
And
Aurelius Lac-
this guy,
of the 9th cohort. The 9th was my
he's
command.
like that
But my
mentally,
Scarherds surrounded us. They offered
and
us a deal.
he is also very talkative
Or die
and
in dishonor there and
very ready to talk about how amazing he is.
I'm no hero, all right. Only a handful of us from Latium. Why should we die for it with no one the wiser?
Sometimes.
And today I talked with my vice manager about him and how he's doing, and pretty much not really doing much at work. And I dropped the sentence something like
I know what Corvinus would do, but what should I do?
yeah. Having worked with him and knowing him, I am not really surprised that he was fired or let go of his job. And my vice manager just started laughing and saying, yes, that's exactly what I thought before as well. So yeah, that's something we agree on. Beside the fate of a cohort of deserters, years ago the 9th cohort Tongrorum agreed to join the Skahal after a resounding defeat. Many of the cohort were already sympathetic, but there's only one punishment for army deserters: death. That is if you are following Roman law. Out here in Frontierland, governors can do as they choose. Depending on your verdict, the old guard may still put up a fight. Which will it be? Well, we have to keep the secret because the Order will like this.
So you let our story remain in the past? Gods be praised. The Legion would never have been so lenient back in the day.
Deeds of thought.
Good thing I'm not the Legion. I can't blame you for what you did. We're all just trying to stay alive.
I'm glad you've decided to give those hills a wide berth. It's for the best.
And so yeah, that's basically the starting point of him put out of the way here.
A little birdie tells me you turned a blind eye to the Skaha's friends.
So lately, when I was
I appreciate it.
when I needed to give him
Expect us to sing your praises.
work or assign work to him,
Correspondence come to you just now from Latium.
I'm kind of like he has to restock the water bottle crates and cola crates and stuff like that. What's that called in English? That's a lot of restocking there. Why did I not see that in the chat? Is the chat broken? Am I connected to the chat? How did he do that Fumo without there being something shown? Okay. Wait. I did that myself. I totally forgot I had that on a hotkey. I totally forgot to delete the hotkey. Okay, so apparently the English word for this is reusable or multi-way bottles. If you know what that means, like bottles that don't get crushed or smelted or molten, but can be reused as is after a cleaning. Don't really know if other countries have a similar system as that, but Germany, we have a lot of these reusable bottles, especially for beer and for a lot of water
Could you possibly require?
water brands, and obviously cola and stuff like that. And in our store we have like a whole kind of little region for these reusable stuff that is always in crates. Like we have the beer crates, we have water crates, we have cola crates, and lately most of the time I gave him like the work of restocking these crates, which is basically you go into the storehouse, you pull out a pallet with crates on, you pull the pallet into the store, you put the crates down, you pull the pallet back. If there's still something on the pallet, you pull it back into the storehouse. If the pallet is empty, you put the empty pallet onto the empty pallet pile. And so yeah, he was doing a lot of that, but Like, I once explicitly told him that he is supposed to have as few remaining full pellets as possible. Like, let's do it like this. We have beer brand 1. Let's go with, well, let's read this first. Romus Domus Praetoris, pro salve. You may not know this, but Audan of Escaha, brother of Wada, is prisoner at Whitecliff. That is the Domus of Corvinus, someone who might be your friend on a nearby island.
Corvinus is keeping Vawada's brother captive.
He and the other prisoners are destined for a life like my own, far from their point of origin.
So... Okay, let's take beer brand number 1, which is, let's say, Bex. Let's take beer brand number 2, which we will do Bombacher. So, we have a pallet full of Bex crates, which is like the beer crate pallets are standardized and always have 40 crates on them. So we have 40 crates of bags on the one pallet. He goes into the store with this pallet, puts stuff down, comes back with the pallet into the storehouse, and there's like 20 crates of bags left. Then he does the same with the Krombacher pallet, puts everything down, has 20 crates of Krombacher left. What? Oh no, let's do different amounts. He has 15 crates of bags left, and he has like 19 crates of Krombacher left. So in both cases you can't stack these pallets easily to each other because there's crates missing and the surface is not even completely, which is annoying when you want to stack pallets on each other, crates. And so, or as full as possible. So we don't have to have 2 half-full pallets standing around. But no, this guy is not doing that. He is just pulling the pallets back into the storehouse, the warehouse, and he's just putting them down there. The only time he actually did that was when I explicitly told him to do that. And even then he messed up. Like, I told him, put the pallets together as evenly as possible so that we always have a clean surface, or a... can't really call it clean or smooth, but like an even surface where I could potentially put another pallet on easily. What did this annoying asshole do? He mixed the pallet of beer crates with water crates, and those are completely different sizes, so now you can't stack another pallet on top of that.
Waiting for your decree.
So, please tell me, am I expecting too much of people, or is he really that dumb? Although that is all, there are 2 other co-workers who are also doing it like that. If you don't explicitly tell them how to organize the pallets, they are not doing that. They are just I'm finished with this. I do not care what happens from now on.
Hold, traveler. Why do you stand before my gates?
My name is
Am I expecting too much, or are they dumb?
A wandering fair maiden. Open the gates. You stand before Atha Yorgwyn, King of the Isles, appointed by destiny herself. My sworn swords and I seek adventure. We fear no challenger, be they noble or monstrous.
Very interesting work, I'm sure.
But tell me, wayward flower, what brings you here? Bear you a prophecy or quest?
Not exactly. I'm here because Emperor Calidus sent me here, and I could probably use your help.
Accompany me on my great hunt, then, and I shall be your humble servant. Pass thy judgment.
You and Arthur come to sit around a table that is neither quite oval nor ellipse. However eccentric he may be, his armor is well oiled and he has little problem to lift your chair gallantly aside that you may sit. Perhaps he and his knights can help against the Skaha threat. Do you beg him to help you? We get more belief on our island. Invoke Calidus and your imperial authority. We get more prestige on our island. Or present this as a chance to win glory on the battlefield. We get more happiness on our island. Do we go happiness, prestige, or belief? What do you say, guys? I would probably go with happiness. No one is saying anything. I will be choosing happiness. Arthur's excited by your proposal, and for a second he seems ready to take on the Skaha solo, then stops mid-toast. He remembers he must consult a prophet called Mirden first, and you catch sight of him ascending a high tower. Upon his return, he refuses to commit on anything, though an inconclusive meeting, Arthur seems to like you.
I cannot heed your wish, far-travelled Melusine. Boada and I are not yet destined to meet upon the field.
No surprise. James faced Yorgwyn is again ducking his pledge to Rome.
Let's go and visit Corvinus, Ben. Perhaps the prisoner is still about.
How's our diplomacy looking?
A gathering of the worthy. How fare you?
Okay, it is looking better. You're only 95 down in the bat. So yeah, and today I decided I will not let him do the reusable bottle crate work, because he's always taking his sweet time doing that. He's chatting with customers, a lot of the time people he knows, and he's just standing there chatting for 10-15 minutes, not doing any work. And I also decided not to let him do the returned bottles. That's the so-called fund system in Germany. where you return bottles and get some money for that. But we as the store then need to put all the returned bottles into crates so we can return the crates to the with drinks company that supplies us, the drink supplier. And that is also something where these people unwilling to do lots of work like to spend their time on. And so early on I decided for myself, no, today he will not be doing these things. Because I'm getting really annoyed by him and others taking the sweet time when doing their work and getting the easy work like that. So today I decided to do all of that on my own. Hey Ayato, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? If you're wondering what I'm talking about, I'm ranting about my co-workers. Wow, I've missed out on a lot. Oh, what do you mean? We can hold a festival. Okay, let's pay for the festival. You're good? That's good to hear. I'm exhausted, but after tomorrow I can finally take a break from work. At least for one day. But I have to work one day, and then I have a break of 2 days. Can you imagine that?
Marcia Titania, please stay away from the prisoners.
So yeah, today I decided that
a gentle heart might be inclined
that co-worker, this asshole,
but don't get their hopes
he
up.
does not get the reusable crates restocking, and he does not get the return bottles putting into crate work. So right when he arrived, I told him,
Is he? Ugh, Juno, help me.
you
His
take
look putrid.
a cart with stuff on it and you're restocking shelves. And after he was done with the first crate, I see him coming out of the returned bottles area with his gloves on because he's too.
For 2 hours, may I suggest some refreshments?
He doesn't like to get his fingers dirty. Well, to be honest, I also don't like to get my fingers dirty, but I can, in the sense of having dirt on my fingers. I don't like that, but I can get my hands dirty. I know how to do that. I can work, and I don't mind getting my fingers dirty if I have the availability of a sink with soap, which is there. So I'm not doing the return bottles with gloves like this posh person. I'm just putting them into the crates one after another, quick. And then I'm just washing my hands. And so he's coming out of that area and he's immediately like, Sarah, do you know who was working here recently? Because, and he really was in this, you could feel it, he was in the mood to, not just to rant, but to tell on people, to tell me as his kind of boss at the moment that someone messed up big there and did not do the work properly. Like, there were crates standing around on the ground where they are not supposed to. There were 2 pallets that were just full and not pulled out and brought away. And I knew all of that because I was the person who did that. Because when I finished that turn of doing the returned bottles, it was not my highest priority to pull the pallets out at the moment. My highest priority was to get stuff into the market, into the store. And so I told him, yeah, that was me. And immediately you could see him losing his power, losing his steam, because he was not able to rant on a coworker. He was not able to tell on a coworker, because I, as his kind of boss, was the coworker who did this. And I told him, yeah, and I will do that. I will take care of that. You do not need to take care of that. You just take your carts and stock the shelves. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, so, which one should I take? Doesn't matter, take whatever cart you like, because we have so many that needs to be done. You could literally blindly throw a stone into our storehouse and you would hit something that needs to be stocked because it's not in the shelves anymore. And so yeah, like I said, right when he started, I told him, your work is to stock shelves today. I told him nothing about doing the returned bottles things, because I didn't want him to do that. The reason he went into there was he wanted to spend time there. And the crazy thing is, when I went in there and took care of everything where he said it looks so bad there, it took me 15 minutes to clean everything up there, because I knew that there was not much. And I also know that he would not have taken 15 minutes. He would have taken half an hour. At the fastest. He would probably have taken longer. Demote him. First up, I can't demote people because I'm not a manager. I'm just like... I'm the one responsible for the store in the afternoon because there's pretty much no one else who can fulfill that role.
They didn't like my tattoos. Apparently my Latin grammar isn't as bad as I thought.
They wanted to clear my home to make for a wretched road, but I wouldn't budge.
My husband was a rebel. I killed him for the Romans. So why are they arresting
And
me?
second, he is pretty much on the lowest low position in the store anyway, so he can't be demoted.
Things will be far worse for me.
This should fall within your jurisdiction.
You found Voada's brother Audan, who turned his head at the mention of his name. But Corvinus has had enough of you questioning his charges. Here he comes.
What did I tell you, Titania? Don't encourage them.
Procurator.
Make it so he's
I
fired.
was just wondering about this man.
It might happen soon.
Who is he?
A vital
Because
for the safety of this province.
the vice manager of the store is also annoyed by him.
If you can believe that. Rebels have burned down every taberna he ever played at. Other than that, don't know much about him. Except I can't afford to let him go.
Okay, let's make a choice here.
This could prove a problem.
Man Audan looks at you with hollow eyes. Somewhere underneath all that filth, his hair is as red as his sister's. The smell of the cell is overpowering. Meanwhile, Corvinus is waiting for an answer. Will you tell the truth and reveal Audan's true identity, or will you lie and attempt to buy his freedom? Okay, we will lie, because Voada will not like to tell the truth.
To help you build? Isn't he better for demolitions?
Look, I can use all the help I can get.
Fair's fair. Stump up the price on his head, and he's yours. Better be quick, though, because he's on the next boat out.
Okay, we need to get some eels. Shippy.
Possibly require.
Still happy here? Everything's looking good. Are people still happy here because I built a lot of houses? Yeah, stuff is actually looking good. So yeah, really today, I was... When he came out of the returned portal area, I was like, did I ever tell you to do that today? I was so annoyed at the moment. I was actually close to exploding there. I mean, sure, it needs to be done, and he does it a lot of the time. But he is not good at it, and he's doing an annoying type of work. Not type of work. He's working in an annoying way. That sounds weird, but that's the best I can say. So I did not want him to do that, so I never told him to do it. And as the lowest low of the ladder, you're not supposed to think, you're just supposed to do. And if you think something else needs to be done, you ask your boss if that needs to be done before starting to do something you're not supposed to. You're so tired, Ayato. I am tired as well. Although I kinda am talking myself in a rage and getting more awake by that. But it's so annoying. I hate this.
We stand, waiting.
I only have 9 eels. That's a bit less than 20. I have more here. Yes. Where are my mines? There's one. Should finally start on this stuff here, tin. Should probably do 2 mines. All of this. We're doing planning mode for now. 1 tin mine here, 1 tin mine there. And my PC is overheating again. Because I'm in heat. I mean, I'm raging. Oh, I am in heat as well, but that's for a different kind of talk. I'm gonna go sleep. See ya, Syra. Have fun and stay safe. You stay safe as well, I had to enjoy your weekend and sleep well. Put it there anymore. Put the street there. That does work. Yeah, see you next time. I'm not quite sure when I will be streaming again. I think it will not be tomorrow, but it might be Sunday. Got that out of the way. Now I need 20 yields. Oh yeah, again my question. Am I expecting too much of people or are they just so dumb? It's... honestly, this one is just the stupidest of all the co-workers, but there are also two others who are basically the same, just a bit of a milder version. So yeah, don't know if I should be more annoyed, less annoyed, completely annoyed by them. To be completely honest, at this point, right now, with everything that's going on in the store at the moment, I just don't have any more fucks to give. And right now I'm not quite sure what will happen first, if I will scream at a customer, scream at a co-worker, or scream at our district manager when he comes with another ridiculous task. I think I will finish streaming soon, maybe 10 more minutes or so. Getting the quest with Wada's brother done. Seeing how this will be going. Thanks for the love, Pumo. Congratulations on being first, Pumo. You have shown dominance over everyone here.
Our requisition has arrived, I see.
Decum's finest! Ready!
What's good for you is good for me.
I now have a prisoner here.
His brother. Ben, any advice? No? Figures.
Skaha, you know. My sister doesn't understand. Never chose the sword like she did. I don't like killing people.
Howdan of Skaha seems to have grown an inch since you freed him from Whitecliff. Perhaps it is because he stopped stooping as if to dodge a blow. Perhaps it is the absence of rabbit-sized rats. Since you've bought his contract, you get to choose his fate. Return him to his tribe. Voada will like this. Free him or keep him as a servant. Voada will not like this. I could imagine freeing him will make him available to us as a specialist. But if we want Voada to like us, we should probably return him. So maybe let's go with return. Yeah, let's go.
Aiden, dear brother. It's time you remembered what you owe to the Skaha. Pick up your sword and fight. And you. The only reason we didn't sink you is that my brother was aboard. But you did the right thing bringing him back. No one wins if we both starve.
Ooh, that was definitely...
You wouldn't need to watch your back. All the time.
You have received a ceasefire offer from a raider. Hostilities will cease for a price. Ceasefire forbids all fighting for a limited time, allowing you to rally your forces. We will pay nothing.
Good. That's good enough.
Let's go for that. We have cleared it
They're armed to the teeth.
the diplomatic way.
Thousands of years ago, this was sacred ground. Though the rites are forgotten, this is still a place of kings. Never has a Roman walked here and lived. And yet, here you are. I'm surprised Rome tolerates your existence. But I will offer truce to you. But only to you. If they kill you, it is void.
If you're having second thoughts, keep them for later. We don't need another lost legion.
I accept this truce. Thank you.
Then our agreement stands. Let none of us prove traitor.
We have done it.
Never thought she'd respect anything but the sharp end of a blade. I almost think she likes you.
I don't know. She might still chuck a spear at me later. But look, the Skaha brought food. I am starving.
There'll be trouble when Calidus hears. A woman like you is bound to make enemies. But I will not be one of them.
Good. Procurator Corvinus?
Titania, I salute your courage. It is past time you stop lying to yourself. And to me.
I don't know what you mean.
I know what Titania's should look like. My cousin Fabius was his stable master. Your friend isn't him.
Corvinus, I'm sorry. You've got to understand.
But I do. I do. This conversation never happened. I see only a young widow resolved to fight for Rome.
I don't know what to say. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Don't mention it. We'll talk later.
I expect you to keep the promises you made. All of
You were victorious. I was not victorious because I did not really do anything to be victorious for about. Anyway, at work I'm about to skip the diplomatic route.
Truce with Voada. good.
Really, if this
I hope Emperor Calidus
would
doesn't
go on for a bit longer, I think I would definitely go crazy. Governor Titanius, winning.
Titanius, winning wars from your bedside. Colour me impressed. I'm summoning you back to Latium.
Why is he reading that now?
I expect a
That's the first letter that was ever read out loud.
I've heard some strange stories from my soldiers. I've requested a full report from Procurator Corvinus, which will no doubt clear up any doubts. No more games. Vale, Calidus.
I wanted to read that.
Just the news, Marcia. That ovation could be a blessing in disguise. Come and see me before you go.
I will not go to see you, Corvinus, because I think it's a good time to end the stream here. After we took care of the Voada problem and are now... We are now friends with Voada. Very good friends. Well, not really very good friends, but we are good. Time to save. We never saved this. And let's end the stream here. I hope you all have a good start into the weekend tomorrow, that you will not be molten from the heat. I hope I will not kill a co-worker tomorrow. I am nearly 100% sure that will not happen. Nearly. I can't rule it out completely, unfortunately. No, it won't happen. I'm not that bloodthirsty most of the time. So yeah, have a good start into the weekend, enjoy yourselves, and like I said before, I don't think I will be streaming tomorrow, but I might be streaming on Sunday. And for next week, we will have a more regular schedule again. Because I don't have to work the whole week then. Which makes things a bit easier for me. So yeah, see you on the next stream and sleep well. Enjoy your day or night wherever you might be. Bye bye.